Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome, welcome, Kate.
welcome
Welcome.
back. Can you imagine? Already January.
I
Fast.
know. Well, we got 31 days in this month, so yesterday we were halfway through, right? So
Yeah.
we're over the hump now. And isn't it tomorrow Mercury retrograde goes direct?
I think it's pretty close to that, if not exactly
Yeah.
that.
Just
Yeah.
remember that it takes about 7 days.
Yeah.
It's in a shadow period. I know. It's
Exactly,
so
right?
funny. Yeah, it's really so funny because I will see it. I'll see how it manifests in regular parts of my world, and how the people are so frustrated and angry, and I just go, yeah, isn't it awful? But they have no idea. What was that? Somebody said um, Merc- uh, Mercury's in Gatorade or some.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So hello, Hypnicity. It's good to see you, dear. Thank you for being here. We have a little bit of sunshine here in Washington.
Oh, that's
Not a
good.
lot, not a lot, but
That's good.
yeah,
I mean,
we'll take it.
nice to have the sun come out after just for us in California, it was like this continuous thing. It's okay that it rains, but a
Yeah.
little break here or there, and it just was not happening. And so today, the sun is out, everything is drying up. The freeways feel like
Uh-huh.
you can go without having to hydroplane. And I
Uh-huh.
think that little bit of that little piece of quiet, that little take a deep breath, let it out. Okay,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
interesting that weather can so affect us. Which,
Really?
and
Yeah.
that's why I
Mhm.
love astrology, because
Yeah.
it's like, does the snow affect you? Does a heat wave affect you? Well, guess what? All of those other things add up too. They all come in
Yes,
and play a part.
they do. They
So it's
do.
nice.
I know. Well, I always tell people here in Washington, just wait till the summer. It's worth it because it's beautiful here in the summer. We usually don't get over 70 degrees. If we do, it's very rarely. And
Right.
it's just the most beautiful day, and the sun's out. It smells good. Yeah. So
I
anyway.
remember once when I was visiting, there was a park or a museum or an area that we went to. There was
Uh-huh.
this round, flat area with music playing, and there were
Ooh.
kids running around, and they were all wet. And I couldn't figure out why they were all wet. And then all of a sudden, in the round circle part, little bursts of
Oh,
water
yes.
started
Yeah.
coming up, and they would dance inside this dancing water.
Uh-huh.
And it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so fun. It
Isn't
was
it?
like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what a great idea for
I know.
something simple, right? And it would
It
drain, I
is.
guess it would
Yeah.
drain back into itself, because
Uh-huh.
it wasn't like there were puddles,
No, no.
just shoots of what, you know what
Just
I'm
shoots of
talking about?
water. You try to see if when you stand on this hole, if it will come up or not. The kids do that game. Yeah. And
Have
of
a
course
little
they don't
Marilyn
care.
moment.
They don't care if they get wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Do you know where
yeah.
that is? I don't remember where that is. Is it
Um
Seattle or outside?
I think so. I think there's one in Seattle. Yeah. Yeah. And it might be down by the waterfront too. I'm not sure, but I have seen it. I do know what you're talking about. Maybe there's even more than one. So
Oh, that
yeah,
would
it's
be
kind of
that would
fun.
be all
I
I
know.
remember after that is that we went to eat.
Oh,
That there
so
was
you
some
need to
sort of
you need
food
to ask
court.
your husband to put one in your backyard, and then you'll be all set
Oh,
at the same
invite
time.
the neighbors in.
That's right. That's
It was
right.
so much fun. It was so
Uh,
much fun.
so I want to say hi to Plucky Heroine. Oops, I just lost everybody. Let's see. Plucky Heroine. Oh, Hypnicity wants to know what part of California you're in, Kate. What
I'm
area?
in I'm in the Northern California. If you were to look at a map, there's like a corner in California where it goes
Yeah.
straight and then it goes a corner. We're right near that corner across from Reno. Well,
Mm-hmm.
about an hour to Reno, but
Maui Torino. Yeah.
yeah,
Beautiful area. Been there and love it there. Just
that's
gorgeous there.
really
I
pretty.
just wouldn't want to go over Donner Pass
No,
in the wintertime. That's all you
yeah,
don't want to
we're
do.
below the snow levels, but just
Uh-huh.
barely,
Just barely. That's awesome.
just barely.
Well, that's good. So hi Diana, oil painter. Hi Arlene and Linda. And hi Deb H. Got your coffee, I hope. Hi Emmy J. Hi Valerie. Hi Andrea. Oh my goodness, got lots of folks here today. Stacy Richardson. Hi Richie. Good to see you. Esther. Hypnicity says her parents were in Auburn. Is that Auburn, California? Is there an
Auburn, yeah,
Auburn, California?
we're
Okay.
not far from Auburn.
Yep. And Andrea lives in Santa Cruz, which is closer to the water, isn't it?
Yes.
It's closer. You're getting more water there, I think, Andrea.
Yeah, she's on the west side of California. I'm on the eastern side of California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hypnicity says it could be the Seattle Center fountain, and there is a Seattle Center, and it's in the museum district. So
Nice.
it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, you got your coffee, Deb? That's good. I'm glad. I have my tea, my Earl Grey, and I love it. So hi, Anita.
And I have my, I don't know what this is. Sparkling caffeinated ice.
Sparkling caffeinated ice. What
Yum.
do you know?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're hoping you have some dreams for us today. We know that last week we talked a lot about the Jungian, and we had wonderful conversation with Diana Bowles as well. And we're going to come back, and I've got to check with Diana, but maybe next week we can talk about the archetypes and the signs and symbols to finish up our discussion. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a break in between. And when we were talking about the Jungian stuff, we brought up the fact that Jung thought that whatever we dreamed about was a fact in our life. It just maybe have been a symbolic fact. Mm-hmm. And then I told Kate I found this on Pinterest, and I really liked it, so I copied it down. It says 70% of your dreams contain secret messages that carry more weight than anything we consciously think. And I mean, that kind of encapsulated it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so busy being human, right? And the accent is on the spirit. So to me, it makes perfect sense that, that little fragment that we tend to take with us during the day, or if we're paying attention, has to do with this human form going, oh, let's see, eggs or bacon for breakfast. Oh, and I got to fill the tank, and I got to get groceries. And you know what I mean? All of those things that are humanness, attention flies back to. Yeah, absolutely. But it's powerful, right? And when you do have it sink in and have it go, oh man, that lights up your heart, it lights up your head, it lights up your imagination, it lights up the creativity part of us that is in there too. And so that I think that's why the impact is so strong. That it is so powerful and so meaningful. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Hi, Starlight Tarot. It's nice to see you too, Warrior Girl. Welcome, welcome. Andrea said she's been having dreams about health information and shifts needed for her to make. That's fabulous, because I know, Andrea, you don't always remember every dream you have, but it sounds to me like you're getting maybe premonitions of how you need to change, what you need to change, and you're in that receptive state. Yeah. And so that's fabulous.
It'll be really exciting as they become clear to share them with us, because with the energy changing,
definitely
shifting, that information can be really, really helpful to other people that are confused about what's going on. I did notice that Diana says, sounds good. Next week.
Next week, then we'll finish up our, that's great. That's great.
Hey, Aley, do you mind if I ask the chat a real quick question?
No, go right ahead. Yep.
I want to take a tally for those in the chat. If we were to do this show in the evening, so if you would comment in the evening, yes, I would like an evening show, or no, mornings are better for me. If you could just put that in the chat, and let's see where everybody, what time everybody wakes up. No, I'm kidding.
And if you say 5 a.m., never mind.
No. I don't think I can get my cat off of me at 5 a.m.
I get it. Starlight says the evening. Okay.
I'll go back later and check, and we'll take a tally and see what's see what's going on. It's really hard for those here in the chat. We really want it to be comfortable for everyone, and different time zones make things hard. It's hard to try to figure this out. It's not like we're the executives at NBC and going, okay, football's here.
Right time.
Aley and Kate
time lineup. Yeah. Won't you buy some advertising for us?
Oh my gosh.
So Plucky said you know what? I've had this week. Yeah, I have had so many people say, did you get my email? And I haven't gotten anybody's email. Wow. And then I saw somebody on Facebook say that they got all their email messages written last week that day. Gosh. So yeah, it probably is. Oh, and yeah, you can put a poll in the banner. All right.
And my sister said she got an email that was 4 years old. And I looked at the phone and I said, are you kidding? You're saying years? And she said, yeah, I'm saying years. I said, do you even remember who this person is? Because they moved to France. I mean, so it was like, oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I wonder if Plucky, can you put it in the chat, or would you like to try and resend it to thedreamdetectives@gmail.com? It's all thrown together. The dream, the dream detective.
Yeah. And that's what happened to Heart and Soul Connected. I think you have to put Heart and Soul Connected, all one word. Mm-hmm. And if people break it up, it's going to go to somebody else's. In the chat is a poll. In the chat is really. Do I know how to do this? I don't.
That's interesting.
Sorry.
We're your girl. You're going to have to email us and tell us how to do that.
How to do that at some point. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Call me. Put your phone number down and I'll call you.
Okay.
I want everybody to know that. If you email me and you want a phone call, absolutely tell me what your phone number is and I will call you. Sometimes having a conversation is good too.
Very good. So Starlight said she had a dream the other day about her rigging a unicycle. She was doing tricks on a unicycle.
Are you talking about like a sailing rigging or just modifying the unicycle? Because when I think of rigging, I think of sailboats.
Uh-huh.
But, my mind does weird things. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. A letter for jury duty in 1977 found you in 1999. What?
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Plucky says there's at least 8 dreams. So I'm hoping you still have it in the sent box, that you can just resend it as The Dream Detectives, all one word.
All one word at gmail.com.
Okay. So she says she was riding it. That's what she meant. She was riding a unicycle.
That's very cool.
She was doing tricks and I'm guessing that she was enjoying it. Let's see. I got to go back to where it was.
That reminds me of the unicycle, reminds me of being in balance. Reminds me, being in flow, understanding your terrain, understanding where you are, your surroundings. So there's balance, there's surrounding awareness, there's a sense of ease. And if you're having fun in it, oh my gosh, Starlight. Doing good, man. That sounds like a happy dream. I'll bet you woke up smiling. Oh my gosh.
I know. So, the other thing I'm wondering is, she says she thinks it was about joy. Yeah. You can't use your hands. You have to be in perfect balance and your legs do the work, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember it all when you were a kid and had a bicycle and you could ride down the street with your hands like this? And
I was the only one that didn't get one. We were a big family, and my twin brother would not let me use his. So I was always sort of jealous of those that got to ride a bike. But then when I did finally ride a bike, I do know what you're talking about. With the freedom of
and you were in a place where there weren't a lot of bumps and things or you were going downhill and you just put your arms out and you thought, wow, I got this, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of what although a unicycle is one wheel.
Yes.
So, she likes thinking about it and I would too. I think it sounds very liberating. And so, wow. Yeah.
And you could always do it again in a dream. Just summons the unicycle. In dreams, it's interesting because you can command what you need. if you are lucid within them. So if you are recognizing that, oh, I'm having a dream, I want a sweet one, I want a fun one, roller coaster, unicycle, motorcycle, Bucati, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever it is, you can summons it and it appears. So that is the magic of the dream world, is that you can command the environment that you're in. And it's so cool.
So she says she doesn't know how she can make her own dreams, but we can talk about that. So Peaceful Easy Feeling saw a guy on one the other day. Isn't that funny?
It is.
That's funny. Yeah.
And the ones that juggle while they're on them. Oh my God.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. That's too much. And they're men. I don't know. They tell us they can't do more than one thing at once. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So you want to give her a little bit, a little bit of tips on how she can go about possibly doing that in her dream. She says she doesn't know how to do it. So what could you advise her to do?
I think that a lot has to do with that particular day, has to do with what her day was like on the night that she had the dream. Okay. True. So there's a couple of options. You can recreate the feeling that you had for the day. And if you don't remember it, that's okay. Remember what you felt in the dream. Go through the imagery in your head before you fall asleep about what it felt like to be on the unicycle, who was with you, how you were laughing. Did you feel the wind? Did you, was it uphill, downhill? Where were you? Fill in the movie script, and as clear and as focused as you can. And then before you drop off to sleep, ask your guides and angels to bring you your unicycle. And they will. You might not remember that they do, but you wake up in the morning feeling happy like you did before. And then you'll know you were there. It's really cool when you can ask for the repeat and then you remember it the next day as well. Because then you're on are you on a yellow brick road? Are you going through a meadow? Are you going off the cliff and then flying with the unicycle? Where do you want to go? I mean,
I'd be happy because if I was riding a unicycle, then I would have to be younger than I am right now, I think, because I wouldn't have taken the chance. So I like that I could be younger.
Yes, but in dreams we're ageless.
Yeah, I know.
We are any age. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it absolutely is. All right, so we got some other things here I want to bring up, but Andrea, I'm going to bring this up because I watched Rachel last night. And there is a invasion of privacy and spying on citizens. It's not necessarily here in the United States, but that it probably really is. But it's illegal here. I just ordered the book. It's called Pegasus, and it talks about how they can go. All they need to know is your phone number, and they can go into your phone and they can take all your contact information, all your pictures, all your texts. I don't mean they take them out. I just mean they have access to them and your emails and all that other stuff. So yes, I'm going to get the book and I'm going to read it and I'll report back when I have a chance to do that.
So
all right.
The question that I have is, do you think they're going to do that to your phone? Because I really don't care if they do that to my phone.
It's mostly people that are, say, high political leaders or maybe like Brad Pitt or those kind of people is what they're targeting. So
even looking at those circumstances, you can choose that it would either be something to save them, something to rescue them, something, a way to, you can look at it both ways. The thing that bothers me about media is that they tend to want to frighten us. And if we are susceptible to being frightened, that is pulling us down, right?
Of course. You're right. Yeah. So bringing us down into the fear category.
Right. Yeah. So if we could look at the scenario, they can access, they can do this, they can do that. Under what circumstances would that be a good thing?
Yep.
What circumstances would that be a good thing? And is the public ready for that? Because I honestly think that some of this technology is being tested out because there's going to be a need for it to be available, for it to
She does bring that up. She does bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, to serve us rather than to hurt us.
Right.
So, flip when we pivot or flip and go, okay, well, let's say, how can this work in a good way? Let's put some light in that little darkness category.
Yeah, I know. And you're right. And as well, Craig, he says we've always been spied on, and it's very true. I mean, we do know all these things. But it reminds me also of the technology that they have, that those people have had those brain injuries and they don't know why, things like that. And again, yes, it is something to make you feel less secure or fearful of that which is outside of you. So yes, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. You're absolutely right. All right. So I got some things I want to talk about here. First of all, one of the things that I wanted to say was I saw this post that said, don't worry about ascension as a like, oh, what have I got to do? How is it going to work? Or any of that. It said that it's going to work on you anyway. If you're here and that's your path, it will automatically take care of itself, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I liked that. It was like, oh, so I just need to keep my vibe up, and I just need to listen, and I just need to, follow my dreams or follow my instincts, my gut instincts. And there's really nothing I have to, quote, do in order for this to happen. Right. And I like that, because I think we have too many things that we're supposed to do anyway, and it makes it too confusing. Yep.
Yeah. We choose those rituals that keep us on the up, or we choose to ignore them, and that's okay too. Right. Yeah, everybody just needs to show up and shine wherever that is.
Wherever that is. I want to just say hello to everybody who came in. If I didn't say hello to you, and I know you're driving, Craig, so I said hello. I want to say hello to you too, but the rest of you came in. Welcome. We do have some dreams that are listed up here, but Emmy J wonders how she can remember her dreams. Even when I set an intention to remember, she mustn't be having a problem with that. What do you like to say?
It's that's a question that comes up a lot, and I thank you for bringing it up, Emmy J. Because we are human, right? And so we have our own filters, we have our own modes of being, if you will. We have our own way of being. Okay, so if in your intention you are saying, I'm going to remember the dream, and then the thought that I never remember my dreams doesn't have space to come in.
That's right.
Because there's two different messages going out. Okay. So you want to leave out the part that is the negative part of it and say, I always remember my dreams. And, the interesting thing is that your dreams may surface to you throughout your day. Mm-hmm. It may not be something that you wake up and go, oh, wow, that was so cool. It may be something that you remember later on in the afternoon.
You get triggered by something. That reminds you.
Wow, why am I thinking about that? Or, why am I thinking about, skiing in Switzerland? I don't ski in Switzerland. That may be a recall of the dream. So throughout your day, you may have it pop in and you just put it to the side like, ooh, that was a bad burrito, or whatever it was, that caused.
I do.
A strange thought. If you have strange thoughts that pop in, then take a look at those for a second. Just back up for a second and go, I'm going to write that down, because that isn't something that was in my stream of where I am right now at this moment. So if something drops in, take a deep breath, or take a stop, take a pause, and write down what that weird thing was. And then later come back to it, because it may soften and come back in slowly. And the message could be something that has steps. Okay. Sometimes we don't all get this, boom. Okay.
You don't get it all at once.
Yeah. You're going to have levels. You're going to have steps. They're going to ease you into something rather than throw it at you all at once. Because guides and angels, your answers, they love you. They want you to have this joy and this ease in this lifetime. And that's what they're trying to provide for you. So it wouldn't be like they would show up with, yesterday's something, and they will bring you fresh. They will bring
And you do need to realize you can make rituals out of this as well. I think that's an important thing to say, that, I will remember my dream. I'm going to put a piece of paper and a pen right here by my bed. And then maybe have a glass of water, because you'll have to pee in the middle of the night. And when you wake up, before you step your foot on that floor, you write down what you remember. And it doesn't matter how much you write. Yes. It could be you remember that there were 3 dogs in the dream. Okay, it's a start. But our deepest sleep, of course, is that middle of the night sleep. And so those are the deepest, darkest things. And if you can get to those, woohoo.
And it could even be that your guides and angels want to play. And so they're giving you code. What's the mystery? Where there's, is the code these pieces of words over a week? And if you line them all up, do they make a sentence? I mean, it's just, it's amazing the different ways that spirit can talk, and that spirit can contact you.
Very true. Very true. Anita, I'm not too tired to write them down when I wake up, but I get really irritated if I get awakened and I'm busy with Freddie Mercury or some other cutie pie in my dream, and it's like, you ruined it. How can I get that back? So I totally understand.
I can totally relate. Relate. That's so cute.
But Warrior Girl just wonders, are you an identical or a fraternal twin?
Oh, twins went in your family. That's so cool. They went in my family as well. And I am a fraternal twin. I have a twin brother. And I cannot tell you how many times growing up, people said, "Oh, are you identical?" No. He's a boy.
He's a boy and I'm a girl. Yeah.
I'm a girl.
But you don't know that. You didn't know that, Warrior Girl. Yeah. But that's awesome. All right. Yeah. So Jules says she likes it when she can wake up and re-enter when she woke up. I would too. I would love that to happen. In other words, just exactly what we just said doesn't happen to me, because I get annoyed with it, that somebody's woken, or the dog barked or something, or snored and woke me up. And but some people can do it.
I can hit the pause button and go back in that freeze frame. And I just wanted to mention, I see something from Hypnicity there, where she's saying that her dad was a ski instructor in Switzerland.
Oh,
hello from Dad. Dad is telling you hello, because I have no idea where that dropped in from.
Well, so she said her dad just showed up when we were talking, and so that's why he must have showed up, because he was a ski. Oh, wow, that's fabulous.
Oh, it's so cool. Hi, Dad.
We'll talk about it more often, and then you'll be all set, and then you'll see him all the time. There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so Peaceful Easy Feeling said she had a dream of seeing a tornado approaching. This is a pretty cool warning sign to me, I think.
I wanted to share your thoughts on it, and then I'll share mine. Go ahead, Aley.
It could be a whirlwind, because that's what it is. It's a whirlwind. But I see it as danger approaching. And maybe just to be aware of the danger that might be coming without being alarmist about it, because I don't think that it's worthwhile to be fearful or anything. But especially if you don't live in a tornado-laden area, if you're getting this dream, something's stirring it up, and perhaps it's a warning. And we're having so many weather situations that I just wonder if it might be something like that. But go ahead and tell us what you think.
I agree with you that it can be a premonition of something on the horizon, something coming. Oftentimes when I talk about my life changing instantly, where I am like Wizard of Oz up in the hurricane, up in the tornado, sorry, not a hurricane, up in the tornado. That's so funny. They're different names as you travel the globe. They call them something different, right? So, the tornado for me means that my life is never going to be the same. That I am up in the tornado, that the cow is flying by, and there goes the Wicked Witch in the West, and she's pedaling on her bike, and she's, and she's moving. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so for me, when I see tornado, I think that means life life-changing event. Something for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's for everyone. So peaceful, easy feeling has to know, what does tornado represent for you? What does that represent for you? Because for me, it means my life's never going to be the same once I'm in the spin. Once I'm in the spin. If I'm in the center, then it's peaceful and quiet. It's quiet inside those tunnels, right? Inside that plume of air. And yes, there is something on the horizon coming. It's coming. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to completely change every part of your life.
Right. Or could be something really good, but it might be a big change.
Surface on the surface, something can be torn away, something can be exposed, or something can be removed, something blown away. I mean, there are circumstances in people's lives where it would be really nice to have that just blown away.
I know, and it's, to me, it's a warning. It's a warning to be prepared. What do you do if a tornado's coming? You get down in the basement. You know, you get yourself in a secure location. You're not sitting out there waiting to see how beautiful it is or whatever, because you know it's dangerous.
Right.
But to me, it's like, if I saw something far away and I knew it was coming, I wouldn't just sit there and wait till it came. I'd do something about it. So I would follow up with whatever dreams might come afterwards, like what you're going to see afterwards. And it may give you an indication as well about what area in your life this is going to
might have a change.
Have a change.
The self-care element's really important.
True.
You know, to be in self-care and to be having, you know, maybe take some extra care. But let us know. That we would love to know if there's a continuation of this dream. Now that we've had the preview, let us know how the movie turns out. I'm not trying to laugh at.
No, I know you're not. No, I know you're not.
Yeah.
Hi, Sherry. And actually, I love that you have a peaceful, easy feeling, and that's the way that we want to leave it with you. You know, not to be worried and concerned, because that isn't worth it anyway.
Right.
All right. So, plucky heroine. This is the first dream she had. Okay. She was in her late 20s, so it was in the 1980s. In the dream, she was a young girl sleeping in her bed, which was positioned under a window. I had thick, long blonde hair on the pillow. And I'm guessing, wait a minute, it was daylight. And when I woke up, I heard the window being opened from the outside and hear some climbing into the window, but it's feet first. And there's one foot that's stepping on your hair. So you feel trapped, but too scared to scream. Well, that's interesting. All right.
So I'm guessing that the only thing that that you saw, Plucky, were feet rather than a full-on figure. And I could be wrong with that because we only have so many characters that we can type.
Right. So,
yeah,
and it was in 3 different things. Yeah.
And also the view from above. So are you watching yourself sleeping and you're seeing yourself with the head on the pillow? Or are you actually in the bed? But you say that he stepped on your, that it stepped on your hair and that you couldn't move, right?
Yeah. She was positioned under the window. She had long, thick hair on the pillow, but you're right. I don't know if she could see it or if she's looking at it. She said it was daylight. When she woke up, she heard the window being opened and heard somebody climbing into the window, but it's feet first. And then one foot was stepping on her hair. She felt trapped, but too afraid to scream. I'm going to throw something out that may absolutely not be anything that you're dealing with, but did you feel trapped at all because somebody wanted you or you had to have your hair long? Because think about this too. Our hair is our power. It's adornment. And what was it? What's his name? Was it Goliath? Somebody cut who was it in the Bible? Samson. Yes, somebody cut his hair off and he lost all his power. And so this person stepping on your hair would hurt like hell. And you were too scared to do anything, to scream. And you felt, I would feel trapped too if I had long hair and somebody was standing on it. So it might be that you felt powerless at the time, and it's hard to know because we don't know what was going on in your life at that time, which could make a difference. But
right, I honestly thought that when she was talking about the window opening, that the air was coming in. To have your bed next to a window, under a window, there's significance to it.
Okay.
And it means the difference between security and opening up to the outside world. So opening up to the outside world, having someone coming in. Maybe there was a new person coming into her life. Maybe there was a new aspect. Your feet are your foundation. So what was at the core of the foundation? What was happening fundamentally, right? At the base, right? Stepping on hair, I agree with you 100%, that it's about freezing, stopping. It's about weight. It wasn't that this thing cut her hair. It was kept her from moving in a way that she wouldn't move. So it's kind of like, hold on, wait, don't move. Yeah. And then the too scared to scream in some ways indicates, someone, her needing to hold back her voice, her needing to not bring attention to whatever this frozen moment was, whatever this pause was that was going on. And it's interesting that it's just feet. Well, I would like to know if there was more than just feet, but and if she has blonde hair, or if in the dream she had blonde hair.
That's true. She could have had different hair, and we didn't even take that into
a lot of it sounds like the Goldilocks, though. The Goldilocks fairy tale coming through. Instead of her throwing her hair down, it come into, in some ways it almost sounds like it was a protection thing of stop, wait.
Well, the only thing I can say is, since it was so long ago, of course, but also the idea that you were in your 20s, that's a very iffy time for us all. Yeah. We don't know what we want. We don't know how we're going to, life is sort of like, all right, what's next? I don't know about you, but I did not like my 20s at all. I really had some people do.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Yeah. But, all of that really does depend a lot upon your mindset at the time, what was going on in your life at the time as well.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yep.
Hypnicity, they cut Queen Guinevere's hair short. Yes, they did. Hi, Cindy Sadler. It's nice to see you. Wow. Thanks for sharing. And Craig says he has one where somebody broke into the house, but he ran them off. And he has that over and over again. That's a fear of, not a fear, but concern about people invading the home. Yes. And if you're strong enough to withstand that kind of break-in type of thing. And and if you have the same dream and it keeps coming, then there's something about that you're still concerned about, I would think, especially if it's over a period of time.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Plucky. I appreciate it. Jules Niner says she only dreams in vivid color and she can feel, smell, and taste her dreams. That is fabulous. Wow. Wonderful. So to me, that tells me you're clairaudient, clairgustient.
I forget what the smell one is. Yeah.
Gustians is eating, but I can't. Yeah. But you've got all those clairs. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm just curious if when you're awake, if you are aware of those gifts.
Yeah. It would be nice to know that, Jules. Yeah. Tell us if you do, or if you do have that in your waking life, because maybe what it's trying to tell you is you don't have to dream to come back to do this. You can do this in your regular life. Right. Don't worry about that. If you want to come here and smell, rigatoni and cheese sauce, that's fine, but you don't have to. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrea, dreams have been an avenue of communication with the other side. I agree. lifting blocks or memories lost, opened the avenue, and she found many ways to learn about boundaries on many levels. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Because I think if people keep coming back to your dreams, you can do what you do in waking life and say, I'm done with you now. Please don't come back in my dream. Can't you? I would think you could.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are the one in control. You know,
Right.
they are sharing with you, but you are the one that controls. So you're the one on the planet. You're the one with the physical body, and they are here to support that journey within the physical body. So they're not, you know, even though you talk about the guides will still let you have your own free will. So if your guides are saying, you know what, you need to turn left, and you go, but you know what, right looks more interesting. They're having more fun over there. I want to go to the right. So I'll be right back. Okay.
I'll be right back.
And then, you know, you just keep that left side open for me for a little while. And you know what? It's total free will. So
it is.
You know, they'll go with you to the right and try and keep you from eating too much cake and everything else.
Right.
But, you know, yeah.
So Plucky says we're both right. 20s were sucky. So you were going through some kind of existential crisis, perhaps. Because I remember them. Yes, very definitely. I remember my own existential crises. So Anita said, we already had that one, that she remembers her dreams, but she's too tired to write them down. I love that, Anita. At least you own up to why you can't remember them. Okay, so this was the response to the fraternal dreams.
There we go.
September of 47. And girls, oh my God, really? 2 sets of twins?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's possible. If you have twins in a family, you can have another set later?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
It's better than being octagon mom, though. We're, you know, you don't want 8 or 9 of them, you know.
I think she had a little bit of help to, you know, fertilize the area.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right. She did. Over fertilization. That's
still
right.
Help.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So Andrew says, don't laugh. Has anyone had a dream situation where there was an actual orgasm? I've awakened and wondered, did a spiritual encounter just cause that? I've been very close, honestly. So it's I know men have this all the time, of course, but women, I guess we have it too. Yes. And yeah, I don't know if it was a spiritual or it was just that we were so in need of a release that type of thing happened. I'm not sure, but I think it does happen, don't you, Kate?
I would say yes. You know, that there are so many benefits to that. And if we didn't have so many taboo feelings about talking about it, you know, again, it's supportive, it's loving, it's to help you. So if you know, if you woke up with a feeling of, I need a cigarette. I'm kidding. You know what? That is what was provided to revive you, to refresh you, to help you remember that, you know, it can all melt away and that those feelings are of self-care. Those are all part of the self-care.
They're all part of the self-care routine. Yeah. So yes, but if somebody once asked, do you have a cigarette? No, do you smoke after sex? And the answer, I never looked.
Yes.
It's great.
Oh dear.
It's fun to laugh. It is fun to laugh.
Yes, it is.
So Lee says, even though when I see my dreams as I watch them from the sidelines, so she's seeing it from the sidelines, I see progression of 2 people meeting on a bridge, coming closer to each other, and the vision is carried through my day. And so she says, I see myself under a tree sketching on a stone bridge and dressed from the early 1900s.
Wow.
And so that to me sounds more like past life memory.
Yes,
doesn't it,
I would say that too.
Yeah.
I would say that too.
Yeah.
And there's
there's
something in the moment for you, Lisa, that they want you to reconnect with. So take a look at what's on your sketch pad. Take a look at what you are sketching, okay? And go into the sketch if you can, and see if there isn't some sort of message there or some sort of feeling there about how you are interpreting these 2 people walking across the bridge. Because so it sounds like it's a past life memory, that they're showing you, remember this, and then come back bring it into today. So there's a gift in your sketching book.
Absolutely.
Open the sketching book.
Yeah. That's awesome. Craig has just dubbed you Dr. Ruth Kate Dream Detective.
Well, thank you. I love that. I love having the title. Other than goofball or weird.
I know. Dr. Woof. Dr. Woof.
Dr. Woof. Oh my God.
So yes, this is true, Lise. We had to go through our 20s to recognize that every decade is something different. But we all just were in such a big fat hurry to get old and to be able to do all the things older people did. And now we'd be just as happy to be, I don't know. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to be 20 again, or I don't even want to be in my 50s again. I'm fine with who I am and where I am, but we don't appreciate it when we're doing it. And so that's the reminder that we need to take from that. Yeah. Hi, Pierrette. Oh my goodness. So you had a dream every night from 3 until 30 years old until you got the reason as to what it was. They were really making sure you got it, Pierrette.
That's right. You got some sort of team there.
Yeah. They weren't going to give up.
Look at the chalkboard again. I don't know that I would have hung around for that. Do you want to share what the reason was? Or did you notice that once it clicked in that you were like, okay, cool. Now that dream is gone.
That's what she said. And that's actually what happened to me. I was always doubting why I didn't marry my high school boyfriend for years and years and years and years, because I married a lot of duds. And when I found my current husband, the dream went away.
Yeah.
So I think it was like, you should have just waited for this guy all along. And then also when I went back home and I talked to that boyfriend, because he was a brother of one of my best friends.
Right.
I realized he was one of those MAGA people, and I wouldn't have made it. So
the first loves are always tricky.
They are tricky.
They're tricky because, like I remember my first love, I was so nervous around doing anything that I would end up doing something completely ridiculous. And then I would go pound my head like Charlie Brown on a tree.
Yep.
And go, what happened there? Why would I do that?
We want to make them happy, or we want to please them, or what? Yeah, it's silly.
Crazy.
So Pierrette does tell us she dreamt of seeing a young boy on a kitchen stool, and I was comforting him. It was my grandfather's funeral, and the house burnt, and that is why I was not able to see the house in real life. Okay. So I wonder who the young boy is, though. Is there, if you know, but it sounds to me like you figured out it was your grandfather's funeral anyway. And so, wow. All right. If you want to say more about that, Pierrette, let me know. I'm going to move on to Big Dog Mom. She lost her mom when she was 17 in 1997. Oh, that's too young. Oh, I'm so sorry. My God. She came to me in a dream to say goodbye. It was the most vivid dream I have ever had. I understand.
That is just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I know that sometimes when they are in the dream and you want to bring them back with you, you don't want to wake up because you want to stay in that hug or that laughter or that memory of the connection. And and it is really, really hard when it is so close to the time, but they are with us. They are right here. And it's hard to say, oh yeah, I get that. When the grief,
when you're 17, especially, that's just, that's just horrible.
Oh, is a Big Dog Mom, has mom returned to you in your dream since, or have you felt her? Have you felt her opening a window or knocking over a card on the counter?
Or smelled her perfume or something.
We would love to know. We would love to know. That is so beautiful.
So I tell this story quite often, but Big Dog Mom, I was 33 when my mother died. My father had to move his apartment to a senior citizen apartment very fast after that. So when Mom died, I said, well, you don't need all Mom's clothes, and I'm going to take care of them. I'll take it down to, the Goodwill or whatever. And my mother didn't have that many. And that was a big theme of her life. I don't have any new clothes, So I'm packing all the stuff up. I take it down there and I drop them off. And that night, my mother comes to me in a dream. And she says to me, why did you give away my clothes, Alice? And I said, well, because you weren't, I was going to come back, she said. And I was so mortified that I had done that, but it was because it was quick. It was fast, I think. Yeah. And I don't think she knew she was dead yet.
Right.
And so, but the guilt that I felt for that for the longest time, like I disappointed her, and I knew how she felt about her clothes, because she's like, I don't have that many, and the ones I have to take good care of, and that sort of thing. So she's come back recently, but she was gone for a long period of time, unless she wasn't, and I don't remember the dreams. That I don't remember that at that time, but I felt guilty, really bad about it. So
when she came back, was the dream, was it pleasant again? Was everything okay?
And it was recent. Yeah. She was fine. She was fine. I think she's been working on a lot of stuff, but she's been dead for, 34 years or something, 35 years, something like that. So it was a big dry spell. And you have to begin to wonder, did I do something but then you just have to say no. They're in that all-knowing state. They know why I did what I did. But at the time, I don't think she did. And
right. So, exactly. And my dad and I used to have conversations about spiritual things, all things spiritual, ETs, healing. He was a healer, and we had that communication going. That was open, that was different than the rest of my family. The rest of my family wasn't as open. My older sister went with him to do things. They took a class on the supernatural and ended up learning how to bend spoons.
Oh, bend spoons and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm like, cool. Tell me how to do that. No, but when he passed away, it was only 3 days after his services that he came to me and showed me what it was he was looking at while he was getting ready to cross. And so I think a lot of it may have to do with, what's the relationship? How did you have the conversations? Like John, my husband, and I have this conversation a lot. What am I going to do when I cross to tell you that I'm right there? And like we have particular songs, we have particular shows, we have we have funny little symbols that we go, okay, how about if you help me win the lottery, or how about you have these funny little conversations about the magic of spirit, right?
Well, and I remember that Harry Houdini told his wife that he would come back and tell her some things, and never did. And so a lot of people think that that's not possible, but it could be that his wife wasn't open to it or something. There might have been a problem with that. Couldn't share it or didn't remember. Yeah. So yes, Big Dog Mom says she had peace after the dream. That's what your mother wanted you to have. Absolutely. Yes. To know she was okay. She hasn't had any since, but I just told you since 1988, I hadn't heard from my mother. And so it could be that you'll hear from her if you think about her and ask her to come back and talk to you. You might be able to get her to come back and see you again. Yeah. But
come and say hi. Yeah.
But that is a very affirmative feeling and it is peaceful. It does bring peace. I'm glad that happened to you. Yeah. Samantha says when she was a kid, she was able to create her own dreams and change them if I went down a path I didn't want to. Yeah, that's a lucid dream.
That's a lucid dream right there, Samantha. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome.
We all have that capability. We just all don't realize it. Even I haven't had one. I haven't been able to do it. So I still want to.
On those dreams where you meet up with someone that someone that maybe isn't involved in your life as much as you thought you would at this time and even those types of meetups in dream state. Like I used to call people and say, "Hey, I saw you last night in my dream. Are you okay?" And they would be like, "Of course I'm okay. I saw you too. Wasn't it fun?"
That's right. That's right.
That spirit to spirit availability.
It is really cool.
It is so cool.
It is cool.
I love it.
So Pierrette says her biological mother and brother were shocked to hear that I remember the church that was in front of my grandfather's house. Okay.
Yeah, that was probably in the dream every night.
That was, yeah. Well, they also didn't know, Pierrette, that you had the gift. And you've had it from the beginning, I'm sure, because she has the gift of sight. So, and that would scare an older person, especially. It's like, especially way back when. Now it's a little more accepted,
right?
Not as much before. So Jess says, I see departed loved ones in my dreams very often. Sometimes they give me a message. Sometimes we interact, and sometimes they just pop in to say hi.
Yes, that's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Too.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. Yeah, it's a nice feeling to say I spent some time with my father last night, or my brother, or whatever it is that you can say you really feel like you had that connection, and it was just a dream, but it isn't. It's a visitation.
That love connection is so strong, and I think that when you feel it and you experience it, that nobody can take that away from you, and you just have that solid belief that yes, this is real. This is very real. And I think that there are folks out there that would love to know that that's real, and that they just haven't experienced it yet. But it is wonderful. It is. It's like magic, right? It's
sure.
So cool.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Thanks for sharing that, Jess. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hi, Heather. It's nice to see you. Lise says the only lucid dream I had and loved was being at an Aerosmith concert. Oh, there you go. I'll meet you at the Live Aid concert, 1985. So we can see Freddie. That was my fate. That's my I've watched it probably 250 times because it's my favorite.
You can astral travel to the concert. If it's in the past, you can astral travel in your dream to the concert that you want to be on. Yeah.
Yep. I want him to sing Radio Gaga, and I want to enjoy the whole experience.
You're going to be a backup singer in that dream.
Oh, yeah. I don't even mind if I have to be all sweaty on someone's shoulders. That would be okay.
Oh, nice.
So Cindy used to play with her friend and told her that I could come back anytime I wanted to. There you go. Wow. Very interesting. And Cindy, she's here from Finland. We're happy to have you here today. Thank you for being
welcome.
Here. Craig's got a little lighthearted message for the end of the show here. James Garner said, if he ever played a Republican in a movie, his wife would divorce him.
Well,
I have to tell you, Craig, when we were going through all that BS with who in the last election, I had friends whose husbands were, but they weren't. And I told them in all honesty that if my husband was, I would not stay. I could not stay, because that would mean I was so diametrically opposed to my belief system that I've divorced men for less.
I'm just grateful that my life is not real in that whole thing, right? Yeah. That I am not a politician's wife, that I am not involved in government, that I do not have a job that, could end tomorrow because of somebody's whim. I mean, all of the, that was the muck of all of that, which there's still muck, but I'm just very grateful every day that my life is something else. That my life has beauty and music and really good food and fun and adventure, where I'm not in that. And I'm so grateful I'm not in that. And I love this from Hypnicity that she's going to go to Woodstock tonight.
There you go. Make sure you go to the right one, Hypnicity, because they've had several afterwards and they suck. Go when you can, and maybe bring an umbrella, because it's kind of wet there some of those nights. But of course,
no, I love it. You guys have to tell us if you make it to the concert. Okay, you have to come back and say, "Hey, the concert was great. It smelled great. The music was wonderful and loud." Tell us about your concert adventures, because we would love that. That is so good.
And I have to tell you, Kate and a few others in a dream group that we had, they all went to the Eiffel Tower. They've also been to Ukraine.
Yes.
And there have been a few other places, and they meet up as a group and they make a plan to meet up. And then what was the most interesting was one of the members went to Ukraine to help the children and other people, and she broke her foot. She fell and broke her foot in her dream. And when she woke up, her foot was broken.
It was broken.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it was like, oh my God. And so be careful.
Be very
careful.
Yeah.
You don't want to manifest that in your dreams. That's for sure. Yeah.
But that's where you bring your guides and angels with you, so that you have that, and I'm sure that she did as well. But, to just have the experience was like so so shocking, so amazing.
It was. Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm still getting teased about marshmallows, but we won't go there.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Following the Eiffel Tower, we went to Neptune.
That's right.
The planet Neptune. Yeah.
Yeah. And you had a lot of gas. I mean, there was a lot of gas there.
Well, what happened was I discovered a mountain of marshmallows. And so I was just tucking them into my clothing, which at that point was, a gown with pockets and stuff. And the next day somebody said, "What's up with you and all those marshmallows?" And I was like, "Ooh, you saw that?"
So there was
a little sweetness for the road.
I got to tell you, I heard this yesterday and I thought it was great. This cop pulls this lady over and he's going to write a ticket, and she says, would you like me to give you a donation to the state troopers ball? And he looked at her and he said, "No, we don't have balls here." And so she said, "Oh," and he said, "You got me," and he walked away.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So yes, words have double meanings, and we have this person really used the words to work for herself.
Yeah,
so yes, this was fun. This was fun. Thank you. I'm coming on at 12:15 with Valerie, so I got to go now, and come back and see us if you want new readings or whatever. Kate, I always have fun with you. Thank you, my dear. I love being here. And next week, I guess we'll be back with Diana, and we'll finish up our dreams and talk about archetypes and other things at this time. But please do let us know if a night works better for you, what night works better for you, that kind of thing, or if you like having it in the middle of a day. So just let us know. Thank you.
Thanks, Aley.
Bye.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.